So the next game is in King's Row. As we can see, Lunatic High is running Ryan Zarya and Meta Athena is running Ryan Zarya and a D.Va. So they're running 3 tank. Let's see what happens.
Of the comp they built and became famous for with the Reinhardt Zarya. And that's what we're going to see. Rio is running it too. It's going to be
the triple tank.
Meta Athena running the triple tank, the old school style. They're bringing the Hanzo.
And Saya player is going to be so much of this team's damage.
Take a look at Saya player. Look at his position.
Thankfully the Ana's there as well for some long ranges. They're looking down at each other.
So he gets taken out like this from just the poking that comes from Lunatic High. And it's an understandable mistake in a sense that it happens so quickly, but Meta should practice more on the entrance to ensure safe coverage on the 200 HPs. And I personally didn't really understand why Libero would stay on D.Va. D.Va might have been a fair choice if Lunatic had Tracer Soldier, but Doomfist is a very strong anti-tanker with his fist that can go through the barriers and Matrix, and with the cannon that deals especially massive damage to big hitboxes. Well, as we can see later on, meta does change fairly quickly to counter picks.
They're saying, oh dang it, we had the same idea.
Yeah, they scouted out the comp, they
So
know what it
they're
is
backing
now
off.
with Hanzo Sonic Arrow.
Oh god,
But
Zumba
they're all
is so good at
quickly
Zarya,
taken out.
already able to pick up a couple of extra kills.
Yeah, he got the opening pick as well, and he is leading in ult charge right now. So Meta Athena didn't know what was coming till they tossed that
try
Sonic
out
Arrow, but they
once
can
more.
reset here.
And this is such a treat as
They're
well. I mean,
pushed back
Zarya
again.
has been so famous for so long. Zumba as well, we just saw it at the World Cup, just looking so good.
So the difference in comps here is the Doomfist, which can break through those Reinhardt shields very easily to get into the back line. That's going to be who are used function when they go deep here. Okay, here he goes. Charge up that rocket punch. Does cancel it. Wanted to wait for an opportunity. Here it is, though, with the bionic grenade from Guido.
Yeah, jumps in with the seismic slam, and they do take down the shield. You see, that is why the Doomfist tears apart these compositions.
Yeah, and I think that Meta Athena will have to make a switch here, or else they're just feeding too
They're
much
going to get
ult charge.
microwaved.
Yeah,
They're just
the
gonna get
commentators
microwaved,
are
and Zumba
also
is
talking
stacking
about
it
how
up. Look at this
Doomfist
guy. He's
is
always at such high charge.
such an
Doesn't make any
anti-tanker.
sense to me.
Hoon is the most famous Zarya player in Korea, but Zumba is just making a case for it again. He also started his career with Zarya play, so two
they
great Zaryas
changed
battling it
to
out here. It's so far.
Farah Mercy, which worked really well last game, and the dive tanks.
Because the Doomfist is countering it so well, we're going to see Meta Athena switch back
And Saya's
to
also
on
Soldier
Ilios.
instead of
They're going to use
McCree.
this pharmacy comp to try to basically fly over the shield.
I think the idea with this is McCree and Soldier, they are similar, but Soldier is more stable in the sense that he can definitely put more smaller amount of damage more consistently, and he can heal himself up, things like that.
Shields. Eska has attack visor.
So Meta Athena comes back with Farah Mercy.
Fly over the shields. Eska has attack visor that should be able to give them.
And Farah Mercy can definitely rain in mass damage down on Ryan Zarya, and also with only Eska to really fight Farah Mercy,
A lot of time here.
Yeah,
Already
they got a
he's
got
nano
fighting
boost
back.
as well, so it can actually be that nano visor to come in.
but
And
Saya
Noah's
player
Q is
takes him
protecting
out
him too. He's
with
with
the
him.
help from
Oh,
Libero.
but Cypher wins the matchup. It doesn't matter.
And Chris uses his ultimate to dive in. Well, it was a really good call, I would say, because Rio's health was getting low, and they needed that extra boost to push them off now. So it's 5 for 6, very good timing, but let's see what happens.
Matter.
That boosted damage coming out of the Soldier is
Take a
crazy.
look.
Meta Athena now going to invest as the sound barrier does come in. Zumba has been boosted though, and he's doing so much work with this laser beam. Takes down Hoon, and there's the Graviton Surge!
On top of
Massive
the
damage,
shield.
unbelievable. Lunatic High, their defense
Okay, so let's go back a little bit.
looking immaculate at this stage. Not even a team takes down Hoon.
Him too. He's with him.
Okay, so Saya takes Eska
Oh,
out.
but if Cypher wins the matchup, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so after they use the ultimate, the first target that they find is Zumba.
That boosted damage.
Zumba uses his shield, but they just break apart his shield. Mainly Hoon does that, and they're ready to take him out.
Coming out of the Soldier is crazy.
But as he's getting that focus, Guido gives him the nano boost, and that is a very good decision, I would say. Now Zumba is saved, and he's also fully charged right now. He's able to build his ult. I'm pretty sure Meta Athena had it coming, but Hoon dived way too far in.
Crazy Meta Athena.
So he's like right here. And no one else is now looking at Zumba, but Hoon's still looking at him.
Now going to invest as the sound barrier does come in. Zumba.
So what Meta should have done was to change the focus to the 200 HPs first. Eska was already dead, so he can't give any healing. Zarya's shield was on cooldown, both his and the one that he can give. Other than Reinhardt's shield, which is just a flat rectangular shape, he can't protect everyone. I think Rio should have been the leader of the pack here to start the focusing, and Hoon and the rest should have jumped on the target together. And Saya could have also jumped down from the second floor. We can see later that he was still up there, but if you can see right here, the fight happened kind of in between this little place, so Saya wouldn't have gotten a clear shot with this position. High position is usually a better position to take, but in this case he could have jumped down, and because Hoon's Diva's now destroyed, it's an easy shot from Zumba to just pull them all together.
Has been boosted though, and he's doing so much work with this laser beam. Takes down her.
So here, Saya player was still on the second floor. It was a good position for him when Guido and Eska were on the second floor, but Guido was already off to the ground at this point, and Lunatic High was really clustered together in a position that was, mostly out of sight for Saya to assist kills.
And there's the Graviton Surge!
On top of
Massive
the
damage!
shield.
Unbelievable! Lunatic Eye, their defense looking immaculate at this stage. Not even a...
No escape from that with the recent patch.
That was like
Chanu now has
basically
res,
Zumba just
and
winning
Libero
the entire
builds his
fight by
barrage.
himself.
I think he just won the internet as well with that move, man. Nothing more interesting will ever happen today than what we just saw. Okay, Yanu's holding.
So Eska uses his ultimate, but Libero quickly finds Eska and has a
Onto this res.
one-on-one
This is gonna be
trade
their
there.
opportunity. They get the pick on the Eska as well.
So I would say that was a good reaction from Libero.
This is their moment. They need to do this now. This is going to be their best chance.
It's an exchange
So
of kills
Tanu's
though, so
gonna
not necessarily a huge
resurrect
deal,
it.
but the res might change things around, but
And Resurrected Libero takes out Who Are You as well.
okay, Zumba coming down again. He's just cutting
And
through the
now
members of
Meta is going to
Athena.
take the point.
Hey, he needs to survive here, though. It looks like they're not going to be able to hold this. There's the...
I mean, Doomfist is such a OP character, especially in the tournament right now, because it didn't get the nerf yet. And so Doomfist is nice to use, but not against Farah Mercy.
cap. So they did eventually get through with that opening pick onto Eska. And yet again, it's Libero's Farah that's been making Lunatic rue the day, this soldier, because of the Farah. And let's see how well Guido protects him. He switched back to the Zenyatta. He was sticking right with him the entire time. They're going to stay grouped for now to make it more difficult for him to be picked.
Yeah, and look, if Libero keeps doing this, then, I mean, this is the question that we have for Lunatic right now. How do you deal with Libero? Show us a good way of doing that, because if they can't figure it out, then Meta Athena look...
So Libero was really doing a good job of doing the damage. So the tanks are now all low. They're pushed back. Lunatic is running back. And Rio jumps in, and Hoon should have followed him. So Rio gets taken out because he was alone. He wasn't getting the care that he should have gotten.
looks so much better in this series. Miro's
And
going to take down
Hanu
Rio.
has another resurrection, so
Already
he
proven that
uses
Libero is the
resurrection
answer
here.
to success.
And Chris uses Sound Barrier at the right time to save Saya.
Yes, here for Meta Athena. Really great timing on that sound barrier as well, saving Saya player's life.
Yeah, Chris actually really key here with
What
that
happens
sound
here
barrier.
is-
Now actually Saya player can do the extra damage required to knock Zumba out of the mag.
Miro
Stop this.
stays on Fire Mercy and takes out Hyunwoo. And when Libero tries to take out Miro with Barrage,
Defense in its tracks.
Asuka saves him with the Technical Visor. And meanwhile, Gito is assisting right now with Discord in this process, as we can see over here. Or he might have hit the target himself too.
And Tackwise is going to come down, so Libero is eventually dealt with. Still, it seems like it's just not necessarily enough.
But Rio and Saya player each gets a kill.
When Libero goes down, Saya players...
Miro's so low. I don't know if Meta knew this. I bet they did, because whoever hit Miro would have shouted 1 HP, right? But no one was there to take out Miro.
The one that's
Finish-
able to get these
finish him
shots
off.
through. His hits
And Hoon comes up to the back to take out Toby and try to take out
It's
Miro.
fantastic, we
So-
know it.
So he does a fairly good job of that, but Miro
be
takes the big heal pack and he survives, and he almost has his ultimate ready.
Pick here. Rio did have to use the Primal Rage for this. In fact, it's another one of those pretty predictable dives.
So while it was a well-executed chase from Hoon, Miro shouldn't have survived when he had less than 100 HP left.
We're seeing here, Miro
Now
is going to try to
Miro's
force
using
this
his
in,
Primal
using his
Rage
own Primal
to
Rage.
Yeah,
contest the
Transcend's a long way
payload.
away here from Meta Athena as well.
buy
Chris is
time for
still
his
trying to get
teammates to
to
come
that
back.
sound barrier, so support ultimates that are so coveted are a long way away. Gito almost with his Transcendence.
So Lunatic High, Miro bought the time for them to come back. And now they're gonna do the Transblade combo.
That are so coveted are a long way away.
Very
Gito
effective
almost
combo.
with his Transcendence if they want to go for this last minute defense, and it looks like Lunatic Eye are going for it. Dragon
Gito
Blade
uses Trans
very close, and we'll see whether
before he
Horyu
takes the
is
blade
gonna
out.
throw it down. We've got
There it
the
is.
Transcendence, and yeah, there it is. Dragon Blade. He's picking up kills left, right, and center. Everyone getting cut down. That's a Quadra. If you don't mind, for who are you? And they're going to stop it. It is exactly the right time.
So well coordinated. They know the
Yeah.
time bank
Transblade
is low, so
combo
this kind
was
of move is
so
worth
well
it.
executed
If we're
by
looking
Who
at
Are
a
You.
230 time bank here for Meta Athena, you probably don't see there's a great
So although Meta Athena doesn't have any ultimates ready yet, but they're all getting close to getting theirs.
play. It was expensive in terms of ult usage, but Meta Athena doesn't have a great with support ultimates. It's designed to win fights at range with Saya player, and that's when the Genji pickoff totally destroys Meta Athena's comp.
And
That
now-
first pick is so important.
Yeah, now if Lunatic Eye are able to get any sort of picks here, the run back is just a disaster. Libero throws a pulse bomb, but it's not going to find any joy
So as soon as Chris gets his ultimate, they dive.
at all. Thankfully, Huyu's going to be the first one to go down if you're a Meta Athena
So Rio takes out Who Are You, and the Lunatic High doesn't have any healer ults ready.
fan. They're trying to push this one forward.
So Saya player takes out his Technical Visor, and Hoon's gonna rush in this way, right over here.
But look at how much space is being
He
gained.
gets
Side
taken
Blade gonna
out
give it the
right
Tac
away.
Visor.
I think when Hoon turned his Matrix down for whatever reason, maybe he was out of the Matrix, or maybe he was just trying to attack. But Gito's charged shot takes Hoon's mech out right away.
Just looking to try and take down some back.
So Hoon gets killed, but Saya also kills Zumba when Zumba brings out the self-destruct.
Barriers. Does get Zumba, but not sure whether he got
And Rio uses his ultimate to push away Asuka when Asuka pulls out the Technical Visor.
exactly what he wanted out of that one. The rest of the team, though, they're going to be able to cut through. And a Primal Rage coming out.
And so Meta Athena, they push the second point.
Series really has been defined by the DPSs. That's the arena that
So
Meta
Lunatic
Athena
High
sends
has
players
both
most
healer
their
ultimates
focus in.
ready,
The soldier players getting picked.
and they use all of them to push this fight.
Or not has actually decided most of these fights, not the tanks being destroyed first. Feels like an old meta here. We're watching the soldier versus soldier. All right, Transcends is both players having them available here, but Lunatic Eye does have that sound barrier for extra protection. Miro's going to try to take the high ground.
So they're trying to push back before before Meta Athena can turn around this corner here. Because if they're already like here, it's gonna be hard to contest the payload if they do lose.
Approach here. They're going to go deep on the dive.
Yeah, they have both Transcendences now coming out. Toby's got his sound barrier to follow up though, and he's going to throw it in, yeah, immediately
So
after that Transcendence
they
falls
use
down
both
to Ayu.
ultimates.
Throws in a celebratory pulse bomb, but they haven't exactly been hitting the mark so far this series. Doesn't matter, he's going to be able to pick up the Zenyatta off the back end, and Eska deals with that pesky D.Va. So
And
more
Libero's
defense
going to
matrix is
change
available.
to
Yeah,
Doomfist here.
Lunatic-Hai, they've got those ultimates when the supports are empowered.
Libero's
Just feels
now
like they're a
Doomfist.
completely different team, a juggernaut. I mean,
It was definitely a good choice against dive tanks and soldier tracer.
able to be taken
Yeah,
down.
Miro went in early to draw a lot of the aggression. Then the Transcends
Now
protect
they
them,
only
so
have
they
about
can
30
do more,
seconds
and they had
left,
the
so
sound barrier
it's
was
pretty much Meta Athena's last push here.
perfectly staggered. So they basically just out the all-in kills. They don't have ults really to work with. They will have the
Okay,
self-destruct.
So Rio's up here,
Try to open up some picks and that sound barrier they didn't
and when he goes down, they all attack him.
have in the last fight. But Lunatic-Hai in
Hoon, he was caught off guard once again, but he should have given that matrix to Rio.
prime position.
And Rio, I think he was very startled by this situation, and he jumps up, and his health is already very low, and he goes back over here
To hold this push.
Yeah, Ryu in so
and gets killed before Chris's
much
sound barrier
trouble.
could
Sound barrier
save
comes
him.
in, but it's not enough to save the monkey, so it's a 5v6.
That means no Primal Rage in this fight either.
Yeah, real disaster, and they've got no red.
So every Lunatic-Hai players attacked Rio. If we take a look here again.
Self-destruct, try to open up some picks and that sound barrier they didn't have in the last.
So they break down the shield projector, and Zumba, Miro, Toby, Guido, Eska, and Huaryu's Tracer, they
Last
all
fight.
attack
But
him
Lunatic-Hai in
at the same time.
prime
That was really good focusing right there.
position to hold this push.
Yeah, Ryu in so much trouble. Sound barrier comes in, but it's not enough to save the monkey, so it's a 5v6.
That means no Primal Rage in this fight either.
Yeah, real disaster, and they've got no reses this time. Yono not able.
And Hoon and Zumba each take out one player with the self-destruct, but this is definitely better news for Lunatic-Hai because the defense has a closer distance to the payload.
Able to help them as Zumba throws out a self-destruct and is able to get some joy. Hoon answering back though with his own, as we are going to be able to get some kills, but they're all the blue ones. Lunatic-Hai looking brilliant on the defense. As Foundry, it's a difficult one to push through, on King's Row especially, against a team like Lunatic-Hai, but decent meterage from...
So Rio should have survived, and he should have used the Primal Rage like this when all of his other teammates were alive.
Athena, you have to say, if
Primal
this
Rage.
is going to be the hold.
Primal Rage wasted here. That's it. That's the hold. They're not going to get completion. Primal Rage coming in the last second would have been nice. So different type of failings.
Okay, so Lunatic-Hai has Ryan Zarya again, and Meta Athena, they're sticking to D.Va Winston.
The Mei can slow targets to empower the Doomfist.
I was
And also
gonna say,
isolate them.
And Eska has shown in the past a very, very good play with Mei. So let's take a look.
This is the most slow style composition that we've seen thus far with this Phalanx strategy, but Ice Wall going to help for creating space here for Lunatic-Hai as they move themselves onto the point.
It also empowers Reinhardt so he can actually hit his hammer on target. So really good for empowering the
Okay, good shot by Guido. So he sleep darts Chris.
these kind of melee carries.
Oh, someone got sleep.
So Libero's staying around to help him out, and I bet Libero knew it coming when Guido threw the grenade.
Not again.
Hoon should have blocked that one. So now Chris is purple from the heal ban.
The disaster. Soon that fell down, but he's going to wake back up again. Libero is going to get cut
So Zumba's high energy,
in half though.
and Libero gets taken out as well.
Lunatic-Hai, this attack is looking much different to Meta Athena's as they are cleaning up With only Hyono and Saya player left remaining, I have a feeling that this should be the
So
cap.
they're
unless
taking the point,
Meta Athena
and
can
Saya
run
and
back as
Rio.
quickly as possible.
Rio's
They fight to have an
I think it's very
opportunity to
unlikely,
contest.
since he was the best bet they had to buy time. Looks like Saya player is going to sneak into the back line for a second to buy time for him to respawn, but he's already used his recall, so that should be the cap.
Yeah.
Although, he does come back in for a second. Here's the tank. Here's
So Saya player takes out.
Rio.
Saya player's going to find a pulse bomb, but doesn't exactly get any joy with it there at all. Who are you? Punching his way around, not exactly finding kills, just
Really nice usage of Primal Rage as well. So they're buying time. So fairly nice comeback from Meta.
yep, the uppercuts. And these rocket punches are just disrupting Meta Athena
Oh.
way too much. And look at this, split them up and destroy.
But who are you? Rips them apart. So he carries this one here.
He grabs himself 3 quick ones off the back of it. It's beautifully played.
It was really well done by Meta Athena Saya player buying the time for that push, but because they were so desperate on time and it was like a 98%.
So now
net tick,
both
there was just
Zumba
no
and
way they were
Asuka,
gonna have a
they have their
coordinated dive.
ultimate.
They didn't have time to coordinate. They needed them to get there ASAPly. You can understand them doing this because time make was not something.
So Hoon had a lot to do with this Matrix. He needed to either or take both ultimates out with the Matrix.
They were willing to do, and even though it looked silly, I think had it worked, it would have been very well worth it.
The problem is, we're now ticking up to close to 6 ultimates as well for Lunatic on attack. Like, they didn't waste anything in that last battle. It was just who are you jumping around and putting his fist in everyone's face.
Okay, we are going to see Zumba just toss this down right on the payload. That's going to be a wipe.
Yeah, that's going to be the Space Jam coming down.
Yeah, but it doesn't work out for them. But it's a good play for them to contest at such an early moment here, because now they've taken out 3 ultimates.
As well as we had a Meteor Strike over the top, so much damage. That's how you deal with Libero, kill the rest of his friends.
The struggle, that's when Meta Athena's going to have these respawns. They have so many tools to actually...
So Rio and Hoon comes back to contest before they Lunatic Eye can reach the second point. And what's going on here is Miro has his Earth Shatter, and I bet Meta knew that as well. Meta should have expected Earth Shatter, but Rio uses projector
Miro's going to set up for
right
the first
over
one
here.
The Earth...
So he used it already, and it was wasted, I would say. And he jumps in without the care from Hoon. If he could have trusted cover from Hoon instead of using the barrier projector, Meta could have had a better outcome. So
Shatter.
with
It's up to Nano
with
as well.
Rio
Feels old
out,
school here.
Yeah, he's got a
now Miro has a clear shot on the Shatter.
big hammer
There it
now,
is.
bigger.
So Chris goes down, but
Shatter comes in as well, but good Transcendence timing.
good Transcendence, and Hyunwoo also saves Chris from the Ryan's charge.
Yeah. Yono keeps himself alive. Eska with the right clicks on.
And Chris uses sound barrier as well, so they do a fairly good job of using the healer ults.
The Saya player is going to be a big problem here for Meta Athena as far as damage, but
Meta really needed to defend it here because Lunatic Eye had a lot of time in their hand. So they used both of the healer ultimates, but
Libero, he's got a rocket barrage. He's looking for space to try and throw that one down. I don't think an ice wall is going to exactly be enough, but he has to get himself in the
Libero can't find the right time to use barrage.
right position to capitalize on this one. Right now it's just rockets flying forward and he's
Really can't blame him at this situation.
dealing with these shields, and the rest of his team is just being dealt with by Lunatic Eye. It's not enough, and he hasn't found space to press that Q button at all.
This is not an arena where Farah excels either. The shields are in her face there. There's not a lot of space for her to get behind and find those...
So Lunatic Eye pushes the point, and now they have almost 5 minutes, and Zumba's ultimate is already ready to go.
angles. So, you know, it feels like Meta Athena is playing this style because they feel like it's the only thing that's working for them, but unfortunately that makes a big weak point for them, since now when they're switching to the Genji, it just feels like it's too late. They've been so hell-bent on running this far because it's what gained them success on Ilios, but Zuma's holding on to another one of these Graviton Surges, and I have a bad feeling about how this map is going to end for...
So the end of this round was in Lunatic Eye's favor, as Lunatic Eye had way more ultimates ready. And Miro's Earthshatter after the Winston barrier was well timed. If we look at here.
Yeah, they're just waiting for the dive. You can feel it right now, waiting for his opportunity to throw in that
So
Graviton
after the
surge.
barrier's gone,
That D-Matrix to go down.
Yeah, and he's got a big shield on
Oh.
top of him
big shatter right there.
there as well. So still holding
So and another ultimate coming in. Mei, Zarya.
it, still holding it, and it doesn't seem like
no
he
way
even
for-
needs it. We've
no
got the
way they
nano
can win
boost
this
down, and
one.
he's just going to buzzsaw everyone with a laser beam. And look at this, the payload
that's it for
making its way
King's Row.
gloriously around the corner. It looks like we are going to have a tied-up series, Wolf, as Lunatic Eye a statement reclaim